You type a few words, maybe a cat riding a dragon, and boom, a brand new image appears on your screen. It feels like wizardry. A city made of candy, a photo of something that has never existed. But here's the cool part: an AI image generator isn't rummaging through the internet for a similar picture and gluing it together. It's creating an image from scratch, guided by your words, like it's carving meaning out of randomness. So, what is it actually doing? Think of the generator as an artist that starts with a blank, chaotic canvas. No real cat or dragon exists yet. At the beginning, it's mostly random noise, visual static. Then, instead of searching, it builds the image step by step. Every step nudges that static towards something that matches your prompt. By the end, your screen shows a coherent scene: a cat, a dragon, and all the details it can reasonably infer. How did it learn to do that? During training, the model saw hundreds of millions of image examples, and each one came with text describing it: a beach, a red car, a sunset. Over and over, the system learned connections between words and visuals. It absorbed patterns like redness often shows up in certain color ranges, beach often includes sand and sky, and sunset often brings warm lighting and a certain kind of horizon glow. Not rules like a textbook, more like learned associations from huge amounts of data. Now, here's the part that sounds backwards. To learn how to create images, the model first learned how to break them. During training, it took a real clean picture and gradually added noise, like turning a clear photo into fuzzy TV static. Step by step, the image went from real to unrecognizable chaos. Then the model practiced the reverse task, starting with that chaos and trying to recover the original image. Do this again and again on enormous quantities of images, and you get something powerful: a master at transforming noise into meaning. That skill is what makes your prompt feel like magic. But the magic has a name: diffusion. Diffusion is the idea that the generator works through a chain of gradual changes, corrupting images during training, and then, during generation, doing the cleanup process in reverse. Now watch what happens when you type your prompt. First, the system starts with total static. Then it repeatedly cleans the noise in small increments. At first, those tiny improvements are almost invisible, just slight emerging structure. Slowly, shapes appear, then textures, then recognizable objects. Finally, you get a finished image where the scene fits your description: the composition, the style hints, the general vibe your words suggest. It's like watching fog turn into a sculpture, except the fog isn't just fog. It's a structured probability of what could be there, and each step steers it toward your intent. Your prompt acts like a set of guiding lights. The model doesn't guarantee perfection, but it keeps trying to match what you asked for, one incremental adjustment at a time. So why does it sometimes get things hilariously wrong? You might have seen blurry text, melted together objects, or the classic hands with the wrong number of fingers. Here's the honest explanation. The model isn't working from strict rules like a hand must have exactly 5 fingers. Instead, it learns rough visual patterns. It figures out what a hand usually looks like in training examples, and when the details get complicated, it guesses based on the closest pattern it knows. That's also why text can be messy. Writing readable letters is a precise skill, and many training examples don't present perfect, high-clarity text. The model may understand there should be words here, but producing accurate typography is a tighter constraint than its pattern learning is naturally optimized for. And this is exactly why understanding diffusion helps you. Once you know the generator is essentially matching words to visual patterns, you can give it better directions. Don't just say cat. Try a cute cat, riding a red dragon, cinematic lighting, warm color palette, highly detailed fur, fantasy illustration style. Add cues for style, lighting, camera angle, and setting. The more your prompt paints the shape you want, the less the model has to improvise. Also, treat your prompt like a steering wheel, not a wish. If you want consistency, be specific. If you want realism, say photorealistic, and ideally mention lens, lighting, and background. If you want an art style, name it anime, watercolor, oil painting, pixel art. Tiny details can steer those noise-to-image steps much more effectively than vague ideas. So here's the big picture. AI image generators learn from massive collections of images and their captions. They train by learning how to destroy images with noise, then how to reverse that process. When you prompt it, diffusion starts from pure static and gradually sculpts that chaos into a picture that matches your words. No searching, no copying, just guided imagination. And that's the real magic. Now you can drive it. If you want more breakdowns of how the future works in plain English, subscribe to AI Decoded.